Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, I have my lighting and I have my fan. And how you doing in YouTube land? I love saying that, I really do. So, and I'm joined by Apollo, the Tabi, and Sekhmet, his beautiful littermate. Notice the size difference. They're the same age, by the way. They're both 3 years of age. But look at how much bigger Apollo is compared to his littermate Sekhmet. Yes, same mother and everything. Same father, I don't know. But same mother, definitely. And look, I'm telling you. So this is the official Mercadito Collective May 2026 video. As I've mentioned in some of my other videos, Mercadito is the Spanish word for little market. The Mercaditos are pop-up markets that are held in Union City, New Jersey. And I have the honor and pleasure of being joined by so many wonderful vendors that create these beautiful pieces of art, of culture, of community, and of course, one of them being one of my favorites, Bookhaven Books. So of course, any opportunity that I have to spend with Bookhaven Books makes me very happy, whether I'm going to a quiet reading club meetup, whether I'm going to another pop-up market in which they're involved, or whether I'm working with them at a pop-up market like the Mercadito. So this one is the official spring Mercadito. The one this month in April 2026 is the spring/Mother's Day Mercadito. Actually, I think this one is the spring Mercadito, but for some reason I keep thinking it's supposed to be the Mother's Day one. But in any event, it is on Saturday, May 16th, 2026 from 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And since I will be offering psychic readings, you will have the opportunity to save a couple of bucks and have either an in-person or a virtual reading with yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. So, this information will be in the accompanying blog post, but I will give it to you here and now. So the fees are as follows. 15 minutes is $25 USD. Half an hour is $50 USD. Once again, 15 minutes, 15, not 50. 15 minutes is $25 USD. And the half hour reading is $50 USD. Now please keep in mind, these fees are only for the Mercaditos. These fees are not identical to my fees at, say, Modern Druid, or my fees for private readings. Those fees are different. But only for the Mercaditos, and only from the start time to the end time of the Mercaditos are those fees applicable. Any other time, they're not. If you could not have a reading with me until, say, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, May 16th, 2025, if I was no longer at the Mercadito, then that fee would not be applicable, number one. So far, there was the very first Mercadito, I was there after the Mercadito ended. That has not happened since. I'm totally open to it having again, I'm totally open to it happening again, because I distinctly remember I told my life partner that if I made X amount of money, I would treat us to Chinese food that night. And I did make beyond X amount of money. So he was happy that I was able to make that happen for him. I was happy because I also got to enjoy some Chinese food, and I had more than enough money to treat my life partner and me to Chinese food, and of course to also pay some expenses and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I'm totally open to staying later, but it just depends on what's happening. If there's nobody waiting to have a reading with me, then obviously that's not going to happen. So I would say check to see if I'm still there. If I'm not still there, you'll know. But yeah, I am very excited about it. I don't know all of the vendors for this one just yet, because some vendors are still being added. And right now, Mercadito Collective, which is the organization presenting this Mercadito, this pop-up market, they're focusing all of their energies on April, because we're still in April. But there are other Mercaditos planned, so if you cannot do the one in April or the one in May, you should have a few other opportunities. But do keep in mind that primarily the Mercaditos are outdoors. So if the weather is not agreeable, it will not happen. We did have one in November that was kind of a chilly day. So, and I wound up doing more readings than I thought I did, than I thought I would have expected, actually. So, you know, the fact of the matter is that it really does depend upon the weather. If it is a cool day, if it's a warm day, if it's a sunny day, if it's a rainy day. So it just depends on what the weather is. But if, let's say, you pre-booked a reading with me, either in person or virtually, for a Mercadito that had to be rescheduled, I would absolutely honor those fees for that day. I would probably change the format so that you would receive that reading prior to the end of that weekend, so that you would have it at your disposal, because I wouldn't want you to wait longer than necessary. So, and of course, if you have any questions, by all means, contact me directly, and my email address, as always, will show up on the screen like magic. I love doing that. I'm serious. I love doing that. So let me do it again. If you have any questions, you can email me directly, and my email address will show up on the screen like magic. I love that. As always, I want to thank Mercadito Collective for being committed to celebrating culture and community, or as we say in Spanish, cultura y comunidad, and for honoring who I am and what I do. And thank you, of course, to all of you in YouTube land for all the likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And an extra big and beautiful thank you to those of you who do not want to wait and have already scheduled your sessions. In fact, I am conducting a private phone reading for an hour this Sunday, which is April 12th, 2026. It's currently scheduled for 2 p.m. my time. That individual lives on the western half of the United States, but I do not have anything else scheduled, so if she wants to extend it by another half hour, I'm available. She's done that before. She's extended it to half an hour. Sometimes she's actually had a 2-hour reading with me. So if I have the availability for her, I would happily make an exception and make myself available. But again, if you have any questions, email me, and pre-booking is definitely strongly recommended because you never know. And given how many people come to me at these Mercaditos, either in person or virtually, I do recommend staking your claim on the date and the time that you want. That way it is set and nobody can take it away from you, especially after you pay for it. And there you go. Thank you to all of you in YouTube land for honoring who I am and what I do. And as always, stay in tune with your intuition, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and stay tuned for the next video. Isn't that right, Apollo and Seth? Yes, we're going to do another video. Yes, we are.